Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have another new pen. I've already showcased this on Instagram. This was a pen that I picked up from the London UK Fountain Pen Show in October 2018. And as you can see here, there's a nice little sort of balsa wood box. And if I lift the lid, you'll see it is a Danitrio. And if I just remove the pen for the moment, and I'll just show you what else comes with it. So you get a polishing cloth here, Danitrio, original works for original people. You have also a letter here describing the Danitrio. It says, "We would like to take this opportunity to thank you for your patronage. The writing instrument which you have just purchased or received as a gift from our Makie collection. The Makie, more than 1,000 years old, Japanese ancient art with genuine urushi, is very valuable and should be handled with care at all times. The entire process of urushi painting and makie requires 2 to 6 months, and even minimal scratches will need not weeks but months to repair. We do not recommend to post the cap on the barrel while you are writing, though urushi is hard as a rock, and yet it may cause a ring around the barrel after years. Also, never keep any urushi wares close to any sources of flame or placed under any ultraviolet lights. The urushi may be damaged or tarnished under such circumstances, and it is not repairable. If there is any mechanical malfunction or material defects occur within 5 years from the date of the purchase, we will repair this writing instrument free of charge. However, this warranty does not cover any accidental damage by posting caps on the barrel, any improper use placed under ultraviolet lights, or defective repair by unauthorized persons." So, and this is from Danitrio in California, USA, Newport Beach. And then you also get another sort of almost like a cleaning cloth, or it's a little bit felt like, maybe even just a pen rest to put the pen on. And then you have an eyedropper as well. And the reason why is this is an eyedropper pen. And I will show you the pen. I just move this out of the way. And this is the lovely specimen of a pen. Now, this is the Danitrio Bamboo Fountain Pen. And it has this unique bamboo effect. It's actually not bamboo. It's actually made out of 100% Japanese ebonite. It is a Tamenuri finish. And it has several layers of transparent urushi lacquer, shuai urushi, on a tinted intermediate layer, naka nuri. The Tamenuri allows you to describe the tinted base coat through the top layers. In natural light, the shuai urushi becomes more transparent and the colour of the base coat will be more pronounced. And as you can see, this is an absolutely stunning pen. So as I said, I picked this up at the London UK Fountain Pen Show, and I absolutely loved it. I had already purchased a couple of pens, and I then stumbled. I was looking at other pens, and I stumbled across this pen, and I. My wish list for the show was a urushi lacquered pen. And I was looking at a number of different pens, like Nakia dorsal fin or dorsal fin 2s. There was a dorsal fin at the show, but not in the colour that I wanted. And I particularly like this Tamenuri colour finish. This deep dark red that actually goes into more of a brighter red. And it is absolutely gorgeous. And it is a massive pen, so you can see here that this is a massive pen. Now, if I unscrew the cap, it has a very large step down here that you can see, and then the threads, and then a very thick but short section, and then a lovely nib. And this is the Danitrio nibs. and these are absolutely gorgeous. Um, Now the section is quite short, so when I hold it like properly, my thumb here is actually resting up against that lip, that step down. And I do feel it because it's quite a thick step down. But I think in all purposes, I would have preferred this section to be slightly longer. Um, I like the diameter or the thickness of the section, but I understand by moving this back, you'd have to make this cap a lot longer than it is. Yeah, you might be able to get away with it. I think possibly you could get away with it without having to make the cap longer. But as you can see, this material is absolutely stunning. So let me just zoom in here, and you can see. So the cap finial there is sort of blank. You have this clip here, which is a functional clip, but it's very, very tight. I wouldn't want to try and use this clip by trying to pull it up. But you can see here that Urushi, the Tamenuri finish there, really does change color between, like, you have really dark here, dark areas, and then it goes into really light areas. And this is an absolutely gorgeous pen. So when I saw this, I just had to pick this up. It was actually cheaper than I thought it was going to be, because a lot of these Urushi lacquer pens tend to be pretty expensive. And it's not to say that this wasn't expensive, it was, but not as expensive as I thought it would be. So looking at the actual price of this particular model, like it is a really really good price that I picked it up for. And these typically do tend to go for I believe around €2,000 or close to that. And I got it for, well, it must have been, it was at least 50-60% off. So here are the artist initials here, and I think it's a really good pen. And then you can see here the end cap of this pen doesn't have anything on it as well. So it's a lovely pen, and I really do like it. Now, I did say it's an eyedropper pen, so what you have to do is carefully unscrew, and this is already full up, so I am not going to, and it's very full up. I'm not going to try and show you, but that is full of ink. And if I just tighten that back up again, because I don't want it to leak, just finger tighten it. Now, there is another thing that I should mention here, is that this end cap unscrews, and I'll show you what this does. It basically allows you to regulate the flow. You can see there the actual flow of ink coming through to the nib. So you can actually make this right drier. Now, if I have this open, it will literally drip ink from the nib. It's that wet. So I tend to actually leave it either closed or probably a couple of turns open. But as you can see, this pen is absolutely gorgeous. So and that nib, I really do like the Danitrio nibs. They are really, really good. So I'm really glad that I managed to pick this pen up. As I mentioned, I got it for a really, really good discount compared to, like, I'm pretty sure this was on the used market. This wasn't brand new because of the discount that I actually received. But it is a stunning, stunning pen, and it is a behemoth of a pen as well. Like, for instance, if I were to show you in comparison with a TWSBI Mini AL. That's quite a size difference. And then you have a Pelican M800. And the Pelican M800s are bordering on oversized. Now, the Pelican M1000 is a massive pen, and it's dwarfed by the Danitrio. So it's an interesting size pen. Even if I were to show you one of my lovely Armando Simone Club Bologna extras, now it's longer than that, it's thicker than that. So, and this is an oversized pen. So the length of the pen, we're looking at around about 165 millimeters in length, and then the cap is around about 72 millimeters. And then if I uncap and just check the length of the body to the tip of the tines, we're looking at about 145 millimeters. So I think we can safely say this is in oversized territory. And I think if we now do a weight check, now this is fully inked up, and it does take about 3 milliliters of ink, so that would be about 3 grams. Fully inked, it's 56 grams in weight, so uninked would be about 53 grams. And then the weight of the cap, we are looking at 23.5 grams, and then the weight of the pen is just over 32.5 grams. So it's not a heavy pen, massively heavy pen to write with at 32 grams. But it is quite an oversized pen, both in length and in girth as well. So that's one thing to definitely bear in mind with some of these Urushi pens, be it the Nakayas or the Danitrios. They tend to be more on the oversized. I'd say more Danitrio than maybe Nakaya, but I really do like this Tamenuri finish. It's a beautiful red colour. So let's do a writing sample. So for the writing sample, this is a Danitrio Bamboo, the Tamenuri Kidami. Now, it is a fine nib, and it is an 18 karat gold nib. Now, the actual ink is Akamon, and it's Sherlocken Van Jan Steen. Now, I don't normally go for fine nibs, but with this, there wasn't an option. But I like this nib. There is a little bit of feedback on it. It is very wet, for me anyway. I decided to, here's the line variations. Now, I'm not going to try and push this too much, but you can get a slight line variation out of this, but not a lot. But here are the figure of eights that you could see. This is quite a stiff 18 karat nib. It's not that flexible, but it's still a nice nib to write with. And in terms of wetness, let's do a wetness test here. You can see that's quite wet. So this is really getting on to a fire hose nib. Now this is with the ink release valve shut. So this is at its driest point. Now, it's really hard to try and show you this on camera, but I will try and open the valve a little bit more, and then we'll just wait and see, just let some of that ink get down to the tip of the tines, get through the feed, and let's try another, see if this will actually show much more of a wetness. Yeah, it does a little bit more, but not a huge amount. But if I actually leave this open and I start writing with it, what will happen is that literally ink will start dripping onto the page with the capillary action. So this is definitely one that I do not want to leave open, because it will get even wetter. But already it is a fire hose of a nib, and this is a pen that I like. I love the finish on this pen, and I love the nib. I love the size. I love everything about this pen. I'm not particularly fond with eyedroppers, although I've started to get into eyedroppers more lately. I've got 3 Opus 88s. I have no problems with those eyedroppers whatsoever, and that was another reason why I decided that I would pick this one up, because I've not had any issues. I know a lot of people say eyedroppers will burp and will leak. I have not had this with any of the Opus 88s I've had. I've not had it with this yet, and I have taken it with me. I've taken it in my bag to work and back. I've taken it to pen clubs. I have not had a single leak or a single burp from it. So for me, eyedroppers are pretty good pens. So this is a pen I hope to write a lot with. And I do like the matching of this ink. I do love the Ackerman, Shellac and Van Jan Steen. It's a lovely bright red, it's more of a deep red going on bright red ink. And I love the colour combination here. I think it matches perfectly with the pen. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.